Now see, when we talk about combinations, start with our definition of combination. If there are n objects out of which r objects have to be selected, then this can be done in NCR ways. As I had told you in the beginning, when we were starting with permutation, we said that permutation was used for arrangement of the objects. In the same way, combination is used for selection of the objects. So basically the chapter permutation and combination refers to arrangements and selection of some objects from the given set of objects. We have seen the formula for NPR, which was n factorial upon n minus r factorial. Now when we talk about NCR, it is given by a similar formula, n factorial upon r factorial multiplied by n minus r factorial, and the condition is same, r has to be less than or equal to the value of n. C5. So this becomes 8 factorial upon 5 factorial and 8 minus 5, which is equal to 3 factorial. So 8 factorial upon 5 factorial can be simplified by writing it as into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial into 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1. Cancel off the 5 factorial, 3 into 2 is 6. So I get the answer as, there are totally 56 ways in which you can arrange 5 objects out of 8. So that is the simple way in which we can apply the formula for NCR. Then the next important point that you have is relation between NPR and NCR. So now let us see the relation over here. It is based on the formulas of NPR and NCR. NPR is n factorial upon n minus r factorial, and NCR is n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. What we do is, this n factorial upon n minus r factorial can be replaced by NPR. So I will get over here, therefore NCR is 1 by r factorial into NPR. This can be taken as one relation. Otherwise, I can say that r factorial into NCR is equal to NPR. This is the second way of writing the relation between NPR and NCR. So in case when you are given the values of NPR and NCR, and then from that if I want to find the values of N and R, we can use this particular relation. We'll look an example for this later on when we come to that question in our exercises. After this, the next important point is properties of NCR. There are approximately 4 or 5 properties, all are very important, so we'll take a look at each and every property one by one with example. The first one, NCR is equal to NC N minus R. Now when we say that NCR is equal to NC N minus R, let me take an example. In the above case, we had seen that HC5 value was equal to 56. Here, and R is equal to 5. So if I find the value of N minus R, I will get it as 8 minus 5, which is equal to 3. Let me try to find the value of HC3. As per my formula, 8 factorial, 3 factorial and 8 minus 3, which is 5 factorial. That becomes 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial, because the greater value is 5 factorial. 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1. Once again, cancel off 5 factorial, 3 into 2 is 6. So yes, I get the answer as equal to 56. So it means that HC5 is also 56 and HC3 is also 56. So this implies HC5 is exactly equal to the value of HC3. So from here it is proved that NCR and NCN minus R, they both are exactly equal to each other. Now in exams, you don't need to sit and prove this for each and every sum. This is always applicable for any example, any numbers. Suppose this is example number 1. If I take example number 2 like this, 7C2. So just looking at this, I can directly understand that N is equal to 7 and R is equal to 2. So if I want to find out N minus R, 7 minus 2 is 5. So straight away I can say that 7C2 is exactly equal to 7C5. Example 3. Suppose if I find the value of 8C1. So looking at this, N is 8 and R is 1. So N minus R, that is 8 minus 1 is 7. So this will be exactly equal to 8C7. Okay, so let us see the property number 2. NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to N plus 1 CR. Once again, let us understand this with the help of an example. So suppose if I take the value of 6C2. So according to this, it is going to be equal to 6 factorial, 2 factorial into 4 factorial. 6 into 5 into 4 factorial upon 4 factorial. 2 factorial is 2. So we just leave that 2 as it is over here. Cancel off this 4 factorial. Cancel off this both numbers. So 3 into 5 is 15. So I have got 62 is equal to 15. Now I have calculated over here the value of NCR. Suppose if I want to find the value of NCR minus 1, I have N is equal to 6 and R is equal to 2. This implies R minus 1 is going to be equal to 1. So as per this term, I have to find the value of 6c1. Let us find it out. 6 factorial, 1 factorial, 6 minus 5, which is equal to 6 minus 1, which is 5 factorial. So just break it as 6 into 5 factorial. This both gone. I get the answer as 6. So for my LHS, I have to add this value of NCR plus NCR minus 1. 15 plus 6, which is equal to 21. This is your point number 1, which is your LHS. Now let us try to understand the term of RHS. N plus 1, 6 plus 1, 7. And R is fixed. We are not going to change R. R is equal to 2. So if I want to find the value of 7C2, 7 factorial, 2 factorial, 7 minus 2, which is equal to 5 factorial. 7 into 6 into 5 factorial. 2 factorial is 2 into 5 factorial. What is 7 into 3? 21. So I have got n plus 1 CR also equal to 21. Point number 2. So can I say, therefore, this 6C2 plus 6C1 is exactly equal to 7C2 as per the property. So NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to your term of n plus 1CR. Once again, just as I told you, we don't have to sit and solve so much points in our exams or in our problems. We just have to remember direct application of this particular property. This was example 1, where I showed you how to apply it term by term, each and every term simplification. But you won't need to do it. So I'll give you some more examples on this where direct application can be done. So let us see. Example number 2. If I have 5C3 plus 5C2. So if I consider over here that R is equal to 2, R minus 1 will be equal to 3 in fact. So this will become 2 and N is equal to 5. So N plus 1 will become 6 C R. So R value over here is 3. So direct answer is equal to 6C3. If I take one more example, example number 3. 9C5 plus 9C6. Now remember over here, out of this 5 and 6, always we take the greater value as R. So greater value is 6. So N is equal to 9, R is equal to 6 and R minus 1 is equal to 5. So NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to N plus 1, matlab 9 plus 1, 10CR, which is equal to 10C6. Now property number 3. If NCX is equal to NCY, this implies X is equal to Y or X is equal to N minus Y. Now let us take an example for this. If you are told that 7C3 is equal to 7C X minus 1 and the question tells you to find the value of X, then I have to apply this property by saying that N is equal to 3, 7, X is equal to 3 and Y is actually over here X minus 1. So as per my property, X is equal to Y. So I will get 3 is equal to X minus 1 So x is equal to 4, or 3 is equal to n minus y. So it will be 7 minus x minus 1. So from here 3 will become 7 minus x plus 1. Take this x on the opposite side, so it becomes positive. Subtract 3 over here, so it becomes 8 minus 3. So x is equal to 5. So either the value of x will be equal to 4, or the value of x will be equal to 3, 5 in fact. They both will get satisfied over here. Now property number 4 we will see. Number of ways of selecting one or more objects that is at least one out of given n objects is equal to 2 to the power n minus 1. Now let us understand this with the help of a small example. Suppose if you have purchased a new house and you are now going out for shopping some new electronic items for your new house. So the basic electronic items that we will need is a fridge, let us say microwave, washing machine, and let us say I also require a TV. Probably we may also require an AC, but these are some 4 basic things that we will need in our new house. Now all these things are actually very costly, and it is not practically possible for everybody to go and buy all the things at the same time. So what many people do is they think whatever things I need first, I will buy first, and then they can go on adding new things, adding more things. So probably over here I am having 1, 2, 3 and 4 objects which I want to select. So I can say that n is equal to 4. So over here the question is I have to select either 1 out of 4, or 2 objects out of 4, or 3 objects out of 4, or all the 4 objects together. So any one out of 4 can be selected in 4C1 ways. Any 2 out of 4 can be selected in 4C2 ways. Similarly, any 3 out of 4 can be selected in 4C3 ways, and for the last, all 4 together can be selected in 4C4 ways. So I have to select 1 or 2 or 3 or all the 4. So whenever there is a word or in between the different events, what do? We always add the possible values over here. So number of ways is 4C1 plus 4C2 plus 4C3 plus 4C4. So this is going to be equal to 4 factorial, 1 factorial, 3 factorial plus 4 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 factorial. Again over here 4 factorial, 3 factorial and 1 factorial. We are just applying the formula for NCR over here. So this is equal to 4 factorial and 0 factorial. So on simplifying this, it will be equal to 4 into 3 factorial upon 3 factorial. 4 into 3 into 2 factorial. So one of the 2 factorials can be cancelled off and the other one can be just written as 2 because 2 into 1 is 2. Once again over here 4 into 3 factorial and here they both get cancelled, so this is directly equal to 1. So cancel off these values. We are left out with 4 plus this, both will get cancelled, so this will become 6 plus 4 plus 1. So what do you get? 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 15, 10 plus 5 is 15, so I get the answer as 15 directly. So this is the actual method of solving the given condition. But I have a shortcut idea. 2 to the power n minus 1. If I want to directly apply this shortcut, 2 to the power 4 n minus 1. 2 raised to 4 is 16 minus 1 is also equal to 15. So I can say, instead of doing such a huge calculation in exam or in MCQ for shortcut, directly we can apply this particular property.